Let's talk about how we solve Newton's second law math problems. Force equals mass times acceleration. Practice problem number 1. If the mass of an object is 4 kilograms and the acceleration is 3 meters per second, how much is the force? Well, if we write our math problem and we start with the formula, force equals mass times acceleration, we're looking for the force. The mass is 4 kilograms, and we multiply that by the acceleration, which is 3 meters per second squared. To find our force, we would multiply 4 times 3. So our answer is 12 newtons, because force is always measured in newtons. Let's look at another problem. If the force is 20 newtons and acceleration is 5 meters per second squared, what's the mass of the object? Now we can solve this one too. We have our force equals mass times acceleration. This time they tell us that the force is 20 newtons. We're looking for the mass, and the acceleration is 5 meters per second squared. We want that m all by itself. Now for math class, you should have gotten at this point that we always do the opposite of what the sign is in front of the number that we want to move. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we divide 5 by both sides. This gets crossed out. So our final answer then ends up being that the mass is 20 divided by 5 is 4 kilograms. Let's look at another problem. So if you're doing the 3 newtons poster, you know that there's the solve it example in the lower left-hand corner. The example that they give you is how much force is needed to accelerate 1,500 kilograms at a rate of 2 meters per second squared. And then they give you this information. So write the formula, F equals m times a, then plug in the numbers, F equals 1,500 kilograms times 2 meters per second squared. And so your answer is 3,000 newtons. Now, the problem on the paper is this. How much force is needed to accelerate 300 kilograms at a rate of 4 meters per second squared? Now, I'm not going to do it for you, but I can show you how to do it with a sample problem right here. How much force is needed to accelerate 100 kilograms at a rate of 10 meters per second squared? So remember, we rewrite our formula. F equals mass times acceleration. We plug in the information that we know. So F, which is what we're looking for, so we're leaving that as F, equals the mass is 100 kilograms, so 100 times 10 for the acceleration, because here's the rate. So F equals 1,000 newtons. Because 100 times 10 is 1,000, and that would be our final answer. So you can solve this problem using those same processes.